Yes, so my name is Amira Rasool. I'm the founder and CEO of the Folklore. We are a technology platform that helps brands sell across top consumer and wholesale marketplaces, social platforms, and search engines, all from one dashboard. And we help brands save on average about $2,000 and 100 hours a month, while also giving access to AI-powered marketing tools, discounted shipping, and retail buyer outreach tools. That's actually something that launches today. Usually these are tools that only are reserved for big brands with big budgets, and we've been able to compress all of these tools into one powerful technology platform that really helps brands sell everywhere, market smarter, and save time and money. And so today we're here to talk about how to actually prepare for holiday season and be able to get the most amount of orders, of course, and the most amount of traction when it comes to selling online. And so I want to make sure this can be interactive. So if you have any questions, you can just come in and write in the chat. I'm also on TikTok, so if anybody has any questions, you can put it in TikTok as well. And I can make sure to answer those. And you can either put in the chat or put in the Q&A, and I'll make sure to answer those. So I want to start out by just sharing. There's five major things that we're going to talk about today. And it's going to be one, refreshing your social media content for holiday season, updating your product images and descriptions, as well as figuring out how to offer more flexible payment options. And then we'll also talk about a more flexible return policy during this time, and then making sure you're checking your shipping rates, and making sure that based off of the customers that you're going after, that those rates look good, and then re-merchandising using your data to make sure that your products, the products that you are positioning are the right products during this holiday season. And you're not like, for instance, selling a skirt when most people are looking for sweaters. So let's get started with just number one, refreshing your social media content. So, of course, during the holiday season, people are looking for specific things. They're either looking for gifts or they are looking for things to wear to the holiday party. They're looking for things to wear at the actual during the actual holidays. We have New Year's Eve. These are all things are to consider. So people are either hosting people. So they're looking for servingware. If you're a home brand, if you're an apparel brand, they're looking for something that's a little spruced up, or they're looking for something that they can stuff in their stockers, and stuff in stockings. So one thing that's really important is for you to be able to help these customers visualize where your products fit. And so that's where social media content comes in, is being able to create content that's specifically for holiday season, and that can package it that way. And so let me talk to you about how you're able to do that through the Folklore's newest tool, which actually we're releasing all of these new things today, which is why I wanted to have this call today, is to show you how our newest tools can actually help you when it comes to creating social content. So let me share my screen so you can see. Desktop. Okay. All right. So here you will see the our new AI content feature should show up right here. But right now, okay, here we go. So what you'll see here, by the end of this week, you'll see this. This is our new AI image generator. And so what this will allow you to do is create the type of content that people would want to see during holiday season. And so that comes in the form of an image, or it comes in the form of a video. And so what you're able to do here is you're able to say, okay, pick your dimensions, being able to say you either square, vertical, full vertical for stories, reels, or TikToks, or you can even create website headers here. You pick which one you want, how many of these that you would like, and then you're able to upload new assets, or you can select from your catalog here of the assets that you've already uploaded for your products. And now what you're able to do is go in and pick the backdrop that you want. You can say for holiday season, let's say for instance, you have a product that is a homeware product. So you'd want to put something in like in front of a Christmas tree, and then you can even describe like the type of house. So you can say like in front of a Christmas tree in an Art Deco style house with, and you can pick as detail, you can go as detailed as you want. So you can say, okay, I'm looking for something that's going to be like with like an orange rug, and you can really go super detailed into this so that they can give you the exact type of home that you would want your product sitting on. You can even say the same thing around like, and I want it in front of a Christmas tree, on a coffee table. So now when you're using this, it's going to create that for you. And then you're also able to say, okay, I just want to display the product. Or you're going to say, I want to add a model to it since there's no model in this image. And here you're going to be able to pick the gender, the age, the style of the type of model, the diversity of the model, the pose that they have, and then you can even go into more detail if you want to talk about the type of hair that they have, or you can, or that you want them to have, or what you want them to be wearing with, for example, this shoe. And then you can go in and add any more additional information. And then you can decide, I want you to also create a caption for this post. So you can say, this is the tone. In this additional info, you can make sure to say, this is a Christmas related post for holiday season. And be able to actually make sure that the actual caption also matches along with the holiday season. So excuse me 1 second. Sorry about that. So that is what you have here to be able to create better social content. So I want to show you some examples of, oh, and then just once you have selected all of those things, there's also going to be a section here when this launches officially that's going to let you pick what you want the purpose of the post to be. So you can pick either that I want the post to be for people to engage or for community engagement, or I want it to be for people to shop. So AI is going to then determine what to do in terms of are we going to make it a collage post where we have a collage of different things, or are we going to make it just like a general post where, like I said, there was the background is a Christmas tree with a coffee table. So AI is going to generate a bunch of different options for you, and then you will be able to click generate, and then those images, because you're selecting two, will be able to generate, and then you can download them or you can publish them directly to Instagram once you connect your account. So let me show you some examples of good holiday social media posts, and let's say for a home design business, let's say home decor brand, just to give you some insights on what the goals are here. So let's see. So this is an example of the type of content where it's like, if, for example, you had a model in front of this, this is what it means to have like holiday type of content, is being able to actually have things that aren't just your generic like the campaigns you've been sharing all year. You want to have something fresh. And that's what you're going to be able to create with the AI tools. So that's the number one thing that I want that we want to focus on, is how to create new social media content that's focused around the holiday season. And now let's get into and just make sure that you're dropping any questions or anything you have in the chat so I can get to those. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is updating product images and descriptions. So that's a really important thing to just do all the time. But during holiday season, there's a lot of competition out there in terms of everyone's trying to make sales, but also at the same time, everybody's buying. And so a lot of people are doing is of course, they're going to marketplaces to be able to find these things, whether it be Amazon or whether it be, their um, their local retailers, the Nordstroms, etc. They're going there, but there's so many products out there for people to purchase. And so the way to make your product stand out is to be able to have really strong images and have really strong product descriptions. Now, I'll explain the reason why the product descriptions are so important is because when people are going on those marketplaces that have like thousands and thousands of products, they are going and searching for a specific thing in those search results. So they're not going and just browsing pages for, dozens and dozens of pages for products. They're going in and they're typing something in like, um, yellow stiletto pumps, right? And so if you're selling a pair of yellow stiletto pumps, but you don't have yellow stiletto pumps in your product description, nor do you have it in your product name, it's going to be really hard for you to show up. And you might not show up at all. So you're missing out on an opportunity for that customer that's searching for something very specific, right? And so that's the power of product descriptions is not only does that help when it comes to marketplaces and being discoverable in marketplaces, but the same thing with Google. So your search engine results also are formulated by how strong your product descriptions and product names are. And so what I'm going to do is show you that on the new AI marketing tools detailed and eases prompting. Great, thank you. That was our goal because we know that prompting can be a little bit hard to know what to do. So thank you for that, Sylvia. So let me show you about how you can use our AI tool to help you with better product descriptions. So when you're on your product page on the Folklore, you're able to click optimize product description. And one thing you're able to do here is click what tone you want. So if you're a luxury brand, you can click luxury and then you click generate. And in under 15 seconds, you will have a new updated product description that is SEO friendly. And not only is it important to have the keywords in there, but it's also important to have longer product descriptions because that helps with your SEO ranking as well. So now you see there's a lot more details in here. The origins, so designed in NYC, artistic spirit, like all of these things that people could potentially be searching is now going to be in here. And all you'd have to do is click keep it update. And now you have this. Now, what's really important is that if you're going to create this product description, is to fill in as much of these details as possible. Because what AI does is it's going to actually pull in the details that you put in here, as well as the image. And that's going to make and same thing for your retail price point, materials, and composition. That's going to make for a stronger and even more detailed product description if you add in all the rest of this information. So now this is going to help you be able to stand out on these marketplaces. So I actually went into some of the brands that are selling on Nordstrom through us, and we run ads for them. And so I was looking at some of the keywords that were actually coming out from the ads that were actually getting people sales. And the people who were getting sales from ads were people who had really strong product descriptions. And that's because they had so many keywords that they could bid on. So that's just a testimonial to how important that is. So you can do the same thing with your product name. You can go in, choose the tone, click generate, and you have that there. So making sure that you're standing out, and especially if you are having things for holiday season that's like packaged, or you're doing things just for the holiday season, like kits or like stocking stuffers, things like that. You can even add that description in here just for holiday season. You can go in and put into the description, stocking stuffer or those types of keywords because that's what people are looking for. Now, or for instance, if you're a home decor brand, you can say this is for serving people on special occasions. If you're a beauty brand, you can say this is for, New Year's Eve glam look. So thinking about what people are going to be typing during this holiday season, and you can add that to your descriptions as well. Um, Now, what I will also talk about is our AI product image generator. So what you can do also is on your product for your product images is you can also put people in a different, I want to show you an example. You can also put your products on so this is an example of a one that we did. So you can also change the background and add in some fresh new images for your products as well. So for instance, for this dress from one of our brands, We uploaded this and we turned it into from this to this product only shot and to this model shot. Now, for the holiday season, what you can do is actually go one step further and say, hey, this is clearly like a holiday kind of dress. So you can say, I want a custom background, at a New Year's Eve party with um, silver, like, I don't know, disco balls in the background, right? Um, Rooftop, maybe. And New York City. And then what you can do is say, okay, I want a new model, so replace the model. And then a let's say a young Asian woman with long black hair, um, with long black hair. And you can go into more detail here. You click generate, and it'll take about 90 seconds, and then we'll be able to have an image here that will actually show what we just described. And what's really great about that is then you can take it out when it's no longer holiday season if you feel like it doesn't fit anymore. But during this holiday season, you can now show that customer how they could be in that space wearing your dress because we know that people are coming and looking for New Year's Eve things. And again, you can also use these images for your social media as well, but you also have the new social media content generator. So while we wait for that, I'll show you that once it's done. It takes about 90 seconds. So while we wait for that, let's talk about the next thing, which is offering flexible payment options. So about 20% of people now, particularly US customers, are purchasing through buy now, pay later. So if you don't have that enabled on your site right now, I would suggest that you do. If you're somebody who's not in the US, so you can't actually use any of the US services like Afterpay or like Klarna and stuff like that. But your target market is the US. One thing that you can do, or if you're a US user of the folklore, but you just don't really have the time to set it up right now. One thing that you can do is just promote your consumer storefront because you'll be able to show them that they can actually get pay over time on your storefront through the folklore. So I'll show you an example of that. But that is something that, especially during this time, you know, financial issues are happening, plus also people have a lot of things to pay for. So people are going to be looking for ways to pay not everything all up at one time. So if you can offer pay over time options, you're more likely to boost conversion rates doing that. So I'll show you, for example, here's a consumer storefront for one of our brands, Alexier. And if you go in here, you can see that with Afterpay, somebody can pay as little as $19 a month for this dress. And if you are not able to set up Afterpay or Klarna in time and you are targeting like US customers, one thing you can do is just add, and I'll show you what one of our brands does, is just add your folklore consumer storefront to your profile. So let's look at this brand, for example. So they direct all of their international customers to come in here because this is a Nigerian brand. But if for instance, if you wanted to say, hey, for people who want to who want to pay in installments, shop our storefront on the folklore. So that's also an option for you to be able to put that in alongside your own website if you don't yet have time to set up your pay over time options. Another thing to make sure that you're focusing on is your what other payment options that you have beyond pay over time. So sometimes, if you have Shopify or WooCommerce, not all of the payment options show up automatically. Like you have to actually enable some of them. So for example, let's look at the cart. If I were to check out on the Folklore storefront, what different options that we have. So let's look at what we have. So we have credit cards. So we have all of the major credit cards, right? So it's always important you guys want to have the Visas, the Amex, the Mastercards, etc. And then we also have Afterpay. Now, if you were on a phone, you would also see that we have Google Pay, Apple Pay, and I think that's the only two digital wallets we have, if I'm not mistaken. So if you have not already enabled those, please enable Apple Pay and please enable Google Play and if you have Shopify, you're able to just go into your finance settings and find that there. So I think it's very simple to set it up. So making sure you set up Apple Pay, set up Google Pay. And again, here you see Afterpay, which is our installment plan. Again, if you don't have the time right now to set those things up, again, you can just send people to your Folklore storefront and let people know this is also an alternative. Because sometimes people will go and look at different places that they can purchase your products, because they're looking for either a better shipping rate or they're looking for more payment options, etc. So making sure that you're promoting that, there is another way for them to purchase through you, and sending them to your Folklore storefront if you don't yet have time to make sure that all of these payment options are available. Because again, a lot of abandoned carts come from about 70% of abandoned carts come from shipping prices being too high, but another large percentage is either them not accepting the type of payment method that that customer wants to check out with. So that's an important thing to note here. And let me see what we have with, let's see where what we have next. Okay, so now we're going to go into the shipping rates. So making sure that your shipping rates are looking good. So I'm not sure how many times you all do this, but going to your website to actually go and check out as a customer is really important, especially during this time, because you want to make sure that your checkout experience is really strong, and you want to see, in the key markets that you're in, or that you usually ship to, or you're expecting to ship to this holiday season. Have you or are your shipping rates good in those regions, or in that state or in that city? And if they're not, how can you figure out a way to lower them? One thing that you might want to also consider for holiday season that a lot of people, that's going to make you more competitive, is offering free shipping. And so what that might look like is, if, for instance, the key places that you're shipping to, like if you're always shipping within your country, for instance, and it's just to different cities, I would just go in and go look at the average price of the shipping that customers are paying, and either increase your price by that. So if it's $5, $7, maybe increase the price of your products to cover that, and then you can offer free shipping for the holiday season as a nice incentive. Or what you can do is go and just cover the cost yourself. And so just take that hit on that $5 to $7 and offer free shipping. So that's something that I would recommend, for where, if you're delivering domestically. If you could do it internationally as well, that's even better. One thing that I would also suggest is going in and finding, and looking at your return policy and extending it a little bit for the holiday season. So some people end up traveling. They're not even, if they receive it 2 weeks before the holidays, before like the holidays, and they gift it to somebody, and they have to return it. So being a little bit more flexible, because if you don't have more flexible terms during the holiday season, people might be a little bit fearful to purchase from you. So for instance, a lot of the big retailers you'll see, they might usually have like 14 or 30-day return policies. They extend to like 60 during the holiday season. So that's definitely something I would look at too, is being able to make sure on that return policy page, and hopefully you have a return policy page, that you have updated that to reflect that usually people need a longer window when it comes to returns. Now, the other thing that I want to talk to you about is remerchandising your data. Remerchandising your website based on the data you've collected. So if you're on Shopify or WooCommerce, you have an analytics dashboard there that's actually going to let you see what your analytics look like, right? What products are selling the best, all of that good stuff. Now, we also, for brands that are on the Folklore Plus and Premium, we now also have this new analytics dashboard that you're going to be able to see similar data, right? So this is the Folklore's new multi-channel analytics dashboard. This is our test account, so you're not going to see as much information here as you would on your account. But launching this week, you'll be able to show how you've been performing across all the sales channels in the last 7 days, as well as the last 30 days. So what you'll be able to see is the total impressions that your products have gotten, total engagements, the total product page visits, and the equivalent ad value, meaning based off of all of the engagement impressions and page clicks, how much you would have spent on advertising for you to have gotten that. So now what you can do is you can actually go specifically to a channel as well to see it by channel. So if we went to Google Shop, it would tell you the selling performance, the revenue metrics, and the top five products of just Google Shop. You would also see the top five products here listed. This is the Folklore's test account, so you're not going to see all of any like real data. But you can also will be able to see your top five products here, as well as your selling performance and your revenue metrics. Now, what's important about this is the top five products when it comes to holiday season. You want to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward. So when somebody visits your home, somebody visits your website this holiday season, your top five products should be somewhere on your homepage, right? When they go to your shop page, your collection page, those top five products should be the first five products that they see on the top of each collection page. And that's because you know that those are tested and proven and they convert really well. And so you want to put your best foot forward there. So utilizing the data you have from your Shopify, starting this week, you can utilize our analytics dashboard for you to be able to determine which products make the most sense for you to market. That's also going to be which should help you determine what are the products you're going to put in your email marketing campaigns this holiday season. It's going to also let you understand which ones you should be posting on social media about consistently. And also just thinking about it, not just from the standpoint of what's selling well, right? But it's also about what's actually on trend for this season. So it might not be the best thing for you to just be marketing like a bunch of like tropical pieces because there is like a niche audience, right? That's going to be going somewhere tropical for the holiday season, but I don't think that's the majority, right? So if you want to have like one Instagram post or something like that, or one collection edit, like resort wear for holiday getaways, that's cool. But then you really want to be able to make sure that you're focusing on the types of products that people are purchasing during this holiday season. So that is what I have for you today. For a recap, the five things to focus on for this holiday season is refreshing your social media content and making it more relevant to the holiday season. Making sure that you're putting in, using our AI tool to be able to create that content that resonates with people, that lets them see your products in the type of holiday spirit and the type of holiday landscape. Updating product images and descriptions, adding again images of people wearing your products or using your products in a holiday setting, and then creating those descriptions that are longer, that have more keywords so that you show up higher in search results, and then sprinkling in a little bit of things like, great for New Year's Eve party, etc. Little like specific things for the holiday in your description so you can show up when people are searching that as well. Offer flexible payment options, so making sure you have Apple Pay, Google Pay, and pay over time. And if you can't set those up yourself quick enough, then making sure that you're advertising that people can pay over time or use different payment methods if they shop through your storefront on the Folklore. Making sure you check and lower your shipping rates if you can, or just cover the shipping costs, as well as thinking about extending your return policy. And then re-merchandising, use a data from the Folklore's analytics dashboard, but also using the analytics from your own e-commerce website to make better decisions on how you should be merchandising and which products you should be promoting. So if there's no questions, because I haven't seen any in the chat, I will let you guys go, but I will definitely make sure that, I'm glad that this was good. I'm glad it was helpful, Dion. Thank you. So I will definitely make sure to upload this to the Folklore Hub so that you guys can watch the playback. And then I will also share this in our WhatsApp community. So I really appreciate you guys for joining me. I really do hope this was helpful. And if there's any support that you guys need, when do you recommend all this done? Now. Holiday season started. Mariah Carey already started singing. So I would suggest doing this now. Because people are already like we've even seen from the Folklore like storefronts that we're seeing a lot more orders than usual. So people are starting their holiday shopping right now. So I would say if you can just dedicate from now through this weekend to set this stuff up, I would make sure that you focus on that. And then we're sending out an email that announces the launch of these new features this week. So you'll have access to be able to use all of them this week to help you out. So appreciate all of you again. Thank you for being a part of our community. And if you're not yet a part of our community, you can email us at membership@thefolklore.com and we can sort you out. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day and happy holiday season.